Hello guys! Oh. Hello guys, this is Sandra here, and today we're gonna do a sort of chatty get ready with me, I guess, but not too chatty because I only have an hour to get ready for work. But I'm working in a different location today, in a different setup, so I can wear colorful looks, and that's time for celebration because usually I'm sort of keeping it quite neutral for work. So I thought I might as well film a get ready with me, but I only have an hour. So here we go. I already primed and set my eye base, and I used the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette, and I just set it with a neutral eyeshadow, and that's it. So I'm gonna zoom you in and we're gonna go for a bit more colorful look. So thank goodness I have a sort of idea of what I'm doing already. Alright, welcome to my tired morning face. I really need a good sleep. I just had, oh dear, already cried off the corner of my base. Always a great start. Yeah, I just had really long days lately. So you can tell from the dark circles under my eyes, the croaky voice, but I'm off tomorrow. Thank goodness. So we're gonna go in first with the On The Rocks palette from W7. My video with my first impression of this is already up, and I'm gonna just go in with, where am I going with this? I'm gonna go in with my MAC 217 and in the shade Martini Olive, which is this olive green look, and I'm planning to go for a greeny look today. So I'm gonna just put this in my crease and build it up. I already said it last time that this palette might do better with a tacky base, but here I am setting it again, so great job on that, Sandra, great job. But here we go with the second layer. You can definitely see it, and I'm not that worried about how I'm putting it down because I'm gonna blend it out with another shade anyway. It's more just so it's there for the color. Oh, I love it. It's such a lot of people might think it's not a really flattering shade. It is a bit murky. Actually, can you see it with those lights? So I'm just setting it down first. So you can see on the other side, in one swipe there's not that much color. It's a little bit, but then when you go back in with the second layer, that's when it gets a bit more intense, which is fine by me. And even though it's a bit more colourful look, I don't want to take too long with my eyes. I don't think I have to really, but I do say that sometimes and then I get a bit carried away, so let's see, shall we? Anyway, just because I work in makeup, I do sort of have to take my time in the morning, so I would say generally it takes me about 40-45 minutes to do my makeup. But to be fair, the way I do it is I don't really rush. I just sit down, I do my makeup, and I watch some YouTube videos usually while I get ready. So because it's what I earn my money with, I don't like to rush that much. Obviously I have mornings when I don't have time for a full shebang. Those are the days when I, you know, just do natural everywhere, no eyeshadow, bold lip. But generally I like to spend my time on it just because it's a process I enjoy as well, so I might as well. Now if I would work in a different environment, I probably wouldn't spend that much time on it, not all the time either way, but because I do, it's okay. Oh, the shape is a bit different. There we go. Now I might just wipe my brush in between quickly. For that I usually use either my clouds if I'm not going working, or I have this clean sweep makeup brush pad. This is a lifesaver, it truly is. I'm thinking of doing a video where I talk about all the beauty favorites that are not essentially makeup, which are things like this, so I just don't know when, but that might be coming Now I'm still staying with the same palette, same brush, but I'm gonna go in this shade Pina Colada, which is just this yellowy mustardy shade, and I'm just gonna take that to lightly blend out the edges of this shadow. And I think this video will be a good mix of drugstore and high-end. There we go. And now I'm gonna go into the Balm Shady Lady eyeshadow in the shade All About Alex. I had this for quite a long time now. I love the packaging, but I don't often use it. I mean, it has a fair use. The packaging is dirty, but it's this olive green eyeshadow. Well, never mind, the camera focuses on my face. But there you go, it has a bit of a shimmer to it. So I'm gonna take first, probably, I might still stick to the same brush, wipe it a bit, and swirl it around. And in this shade, I haven't used it in a while, so let's hope it still does what it should do. Okay. I might have to swap to a flat brush so I can pick up more product, because that didn't work that great. That's a problem sometimes when you have an eyeshadow for too long and you notice it doesn't perform the same way anymore. Okay, there we go. And I think I'm gonna keep it fairly simple. I don't think I'm gonna smoke it out, but I'm gonna apply another shadow on top to give it a bit more glitz. I should braid this out more often. These olivey tones are so pretty with brown eyes, but also these would look quite nice with blue, maybe not with blue eyes that much, but with green eyes. I know they say, oh, don't use green with green. You can, trust me, you can. As a last step on the top lash line, I'm gonna, well, not just on the top lash line, and the lid. Jeez, I need a break. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Nocturnal Cat Eyes to Hypnotize, really long name, shadow in the shade Silver Leopard, which is like this greeny, grey, sort of shimmery shade. And I think a dusting of that will do really well on top of this. So I'm going back to my MAC brush, fluff it around, tap it off, and just swoop it on the lid. And I'm using a fluffy brush because I just want a little bit of extra sparkle. Oh yeah. And I need to do that before I do anything else, because there's quite a bit of fallout from this shadow. I'm not sure you can see, you probably can. And I need to take a clean brush and go over my crease. And basically that's all I'm gonna do for my eyes. I'm gonna go back in with an eyeliner, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal pencil in the shade Black Magic. So this one practically came in a set with the eyeshadow that we just used on top. And as usual, I'm not going for any huge flick. I just want to give definition to my lash line. Ooh, and I might need the brush because there's a little bit of a gap here. There we go. I'm so excited to use colors, even if it's muted olive, you don't even know. I love this color because it's hard to tell, like, is it a grey, is it a green, is it just a lighter black? Oh, still I did it in the tiniest flick, but that's okay. Next, I'm just gonna clean up the fallout from under my eyes, and I'm gonna prime. And because my skin feels a bit I think it feels a bit dry. It's the changing weather. I'm gonna go in with the Becca First Light Priming Filter on my cheeks, and to make it more difficult, on my nose I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Iconic Primer Stick, just because this is a bit more slip to it. So we're gonna go ahead with that one. While I do that, let me know in the comments below, what sort of look do you wear in the office or wherever you work on an everyday basis? Can you wear colour? Is it allowed? I don't know. Let me know. Oh, there was a little robin right outside the window. So cute. I never really talk about this Smashbox stick. Oh my goodness. I quite like it. Also, there's a little red spot here that's a dry patch, and I'm not too sure why it's doing that or where it's coming from. One day it was just there, and I moisturize every morning and evening, and I just recently used a scrub as well, so why that's there I don't know. Why it's red I don't know. It's just really bizarre. Anyway, let me pull up my jumper because I don't want to get any makeup on it, and we're gonna go in with foundation, and because I need a bit of coverage we're gonna go in with the Becca Skin Love foundation in the shade Cashmere, and I put about 1.5 pumps on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna take my Eco Tools sponge and just dab it on. Now usually I prefer this with a brush, but the brushes I like using with it are still drying. I just washed them last night. Guess who was washing her brushes at midnight? This girl. So we're gonna just go with the sponge, because you have to use what you got. And it works fine. I just prefer it with a buffing brush, but like more like a flat top kabuki type of buffing brush rather than a domed top one. I just find that gives me the best results. And this works, it's fine. It's just not my favorite way of applying it. Maybe a bit more. See, this is why I like it with a brush. This amount would usually be enough for me with a brush, but with a sponge I feel like I need to go back a little bit. And this is a really nice buildable coverage foundation. I would say it's like a medium coverage, medium to buildable, but it's not gonna get full coverage, but also it feels really light on the skin and you can barely feel that it's on. Okay, I have a monster spot on my cheek right there, and it has a bit of texture as well, so it's not gonna fully disappear, but I can always add a little bit more. Because I'm so tired, I'm gonna call for help, and I'm gonna use the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, just because I'm so dark under my eyes today. I need help. I really do need help. I'm just gonna pat it on with my finger. Look, it looks like I slept. Amazing, right? And because I'm so fair half of the time, I really don't need a concealer on top of this. So I'm just gonna tap on top of it with the sponge I used for my foundation, and I'm good to go. Now, if you're not as fair as I am, you might not be able to do it, but I would say it also depends how much you use it. You don't want to overdo it. You don't need a lot. I mean, I've been using it for about half a year, if not longer, and I use it every week. Not every day, but every week, and you don't need a lot of this. It will go a long way. Perfect. And now there's one last cream product that I'm gonna add, and it's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in the shade Rose Gold, and it's just a mini one, as you can see, and it's a highlighter. and it's for deeper skin tones, but I have a mini of it and I like using it on my cheeks, sort of like a blush. But I'm gonna use another blush anyway, but this just gives me a little bit of color and glow as well. And it's currently in my 12 Pens of Christmas project pen, or is it in that one? I think it's that one. Either that one or my roulette project pen, one of them. Not too sure which one, but see how it just gives, I'm not sure the color comes through, but the glow definitely does. And I'm gonna set my face again using the Becca Hydro Mist in the shade Original. This is in a project pen as well. And it's getting really empty, so I like to pour a little bit in the cap and pick it up from there, about that much. I don't need a lot more. And for that I'm gonna use a brush. Some of my brushes are drying, so I think I'm gonna use my Real Techniques bronzer brush, blush brush. And with the tapered end first, I can go under my eyes, pulling all the beautiful faces, and then my forehead, then the nose, around my smile lines, and then I like to go again under my eyes, more like pressing it on than anything. And then whatever is left, I just dust it on my cheeks because I still want to have the glow there, and you can see it dulled it down a little bit, but not a lot. Just have to make sure I set everything though. For bronzer, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty, what is this called? Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. Again, it's in a project pen, but I don't love it that much, but it works. And should I stick to the same brush? Let's try. I usually like to bronze with my Becca brush, but again, it's drying, so I think I will apply any blush, so I don't mind bringing it down on my cheeks. I'm gonna add a highlighter, but not a blush today, so it's fine. I don't use a blush every day. Some days I do, other days I don't. And my hair keeps getting in the way. I feel like this bronzer is not the most flattering on me, but it works. It's just not my favorite. I like to add a little bit down my nose. And I always bring it down my neck because I'm so pasty. I need all the help I can get. I might as well zoom you out a little bit. Oh, not in, out. And then I stop myself before I become an Oompa Loompa and put it down. For my brows, I would use another brow gel, but I'm not sure where I've put it. So we're just gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Mascara. And lately it started to be a bit too much, so I try to pull off as much as I can on the tube, because sometimes it becomes a bit grey, even though it's a bit more disgustingly brown in there. But it's just because I use it so much. Also, I'm in the market for a new brow mascara, preferably clear or maybe a really dark brown, as long as it's cool toned. So please let me know your recommendations. I would love it to be cruelty free, just because I only purchase cruelty free, so if you could suggest me something. Now, I want to purchase the Charlotte Tilbury one because I used that in the past and I know I like it, and Black Friday is coming up, so I might as well snatch up some extra discount. But let me know if you have any recommendations. It's always welcome. I like trying new things. Okie doke. I'm gonna wait for that to dry, but while it dries we're gonna move on to highlighter or lower lash line? Let's start with the lower lash line. So I'm gonna use again the Rock & Cold pencil and tight line, and use it on my waterline as well to add a bit of definition. Okay, already a lot better, but I'm gonna go in with an insy wincy brush and dip back in the shade Martini Olive and just blend that along the lower lash line. I really can't talk today. I swear the lights keep changing, but not much we can do. And then take a big clean brush and just blend it as well. Do the same on the other eye. Yeah, quite like having two mirrors, a big one and a smaller one, because sometimes what I see close up is not what I see from further away. Oh, wrong end, Sandra, wrong end. Highlighter wise, I'm gonna go with the Becca Champagne Pop. This is just a limited edition packaging for the new collection. It's so pretty. I'm trying to keep the pattern by using it where the lines meet. Is it sad? I don't know, but I'm doing it either way, so you can judge me all you want. Oh, and I just put my finger in it. Great job. I'm using a Blank Canvas Cosmetics F28 brush. And look at that glow. I have to say, if it's a highlighter, 99% of the time I'm going to use Becca. Different shades, but same brand. Bing, jeez, I really can't talk. Bring a bit on a Cupid's bow. I like to bring the tiniest bit just on the bridge of my nose. And when I say tiniest bit, I mean tiniest bit. And then I swap to a smaller brush. For this, my favorite is the Sigma Shader Crease, I think, brush, which is the E47. It just fits so perfectly under the brows. And I like highlighting them before I fill them in, because I have so many brow hairs that sometimes it goes on them. And this way I can still go over it with the actual shade that I use to fill them in. I also like to apply a little bit in my inner corner, like so. And the hair, in my face. We're all highlighted. I'm gonna add a bit more highlight because I'm that girl. Today I am anyway. I feel a bit sassy. I don't know what it is. Where's my highlighter brush? Ah, found it. Yeah, I'm in a weird mood today. I think it's just me needing more sleep. And I like to go back sometimes with the brush I use for bronzer and just to blend it. Just to make sure it's not just a streak of highlighter. I don't like that look. Alright, highlighter done. We're going back to the brows, and most of the time to fill in my brows I'm using the El Masca palette that I'm penning. Again, there's a progress video on it coming at some point. I just need to sit down and film it. I will probably do it tomorrow. And I love using the little brush that comes with it. It's so precise, and I'm using the brow shade in there, which is called Thunder. And I just lightly fill it in. I'm trying to be a bit more light-handed with my brows lately. Sometimes I succeed, other times I don't, but it's practice. Okay, and I'm gonna stop myself there, but oh my god, the difference. Like, it is huge. We are never exactly the same shape, but as close as we're gonna get today, I feel like. So we're gonna move on to mascara and then lips, and then I think we're done. Oh, with time to spare. I'm proud of myself. Am I gonna set this first? Yes. I'm trying to decide what to go with. I have two options. I either have the Becca Glow Shield or the Too Faced Peach Mist. This will give me a glowy finish. This one will keep me matte. I might go with the Becca one today. Yesterday I used Too Faced, so today I might as well go with Becca. There's barely anything left. I will definitely need another one of these, maybe another Black Friday snatch. The smell of this just brings me back to my childhood. It smells like the watermelon candy. It's so good. I love this. It smells so good. I'm sorry, by the way, I said it's gonna be a good mix of drugstore and high-end, but I think it ended up a bit pricier than I planned. But I still use the W7 palette, and that might be it. Looking around, I'm so sorry. I just like expensive makeup, but I love drugstore as well, so I am a lover of all makeup. For mascara, I'm gonna use the Too Faced, what is this called? Damn Girl mascara, the new one. I just have a mini. I quite like it. I think I might still prefer the better than Sex, but this is quite good. It's just the wand that throws me off. I mean, it's as big as my eye. Look at that. But once you get used to it, it's not as bad. It's just a bit tricky on the lower lash line. Alright. Now the other eye. For my lips, I'm gonna use a MAC Charlotte Tilbury combo, and what I like to do lately, not sure why, I know a lot of people might not agree, but I like to go in with my lipstick first and then the lip liner, because I feel like it makes it easier to clean up the shape. Is it just me? Maybe. But either way, the MAC lipstick I'm using is Patisserie. I just wanted something nice and nude. I might swap it around, let's see. I wanted something a bit more cool toned. That's why I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. We'll see, I might change lipstick. We'll see. Should I change it? Maybe. Well, that's one lip option, but I might change it to something a bit darker. So give me a second. You can let me know which one that you prefer. Now the next combination will be the Urban Decay 1993, both the pencil and the lipstick. From this one I always use the pencil first, it's the same shade. On myself it doesn't matter that much, but when I do makeup on others I always prefer using the lipstick first. And the lipstick is a matte one, yeah, Comfort Matte. Yeah, I think I prefer this one. But you let me know which one you prefer. Actually, I might use a bit of Patisserie on the inner part of my lip. Just a touch. There we go, that's the finished look. So finally a bit more colourful eyes, even though it's olive. But yeah, I really like it. I'm just happy I can wear something else than neutral. And let me know what you think of this look down below in the comments. Also, we went over 100 subscribers actually. We even went over 110. And I hope it stays that way, because you know how sometimes it goes up and then it goes down and I just don't understand why it's doing it, but it is. Either way, I'm really grateful for everyone who subscribed so far. Thank you so much for keep coming back for my videos, but for now, I'm gonna go. Please, if you're not subscribed yet and you're here, well, welcome. I hope you stay. Please consider subscribing and liking my videos. It would mean so much to me. But for now I'm gonna go, otherwise I'll be late for work, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!